economics that we'll be using over and over again. But before we start, and I want to ask you, what is economics? We defined economics in the last class. So I don't want you to look at your notes. I just want you to dig out your memory and see what you remember from the first class. Okay, what is economics?
The way people make decisions.
Is it a decision science? Good.
And they are faced with limited resources.
That's right. You remember two key elements. And that's great. That's all. So in the definition, and economics is the study of how individuals and the societies use limited resources to make a decision on a daily basis. Okay, so the reason we study economics is because we have limited resources and we constantly have to trade out things in order to own or do anything. And because of this trade-off, and that's why we have economics as a field. All right, and also it's a decision science, and it deals with all decision making. Does not matter we're talking about consumers' decision, or the decision made by the industry or firm, or the decision made by the government policymaker. So no matter what decision we're going to talk about, and we can use economics to analyze it, to provide the rationale behind those decision makings. Okay. So the very first concept I'm going to introduce you is called opportunity cost. Opportunity cost. Have you guys heard of this term, opportunity cost? Huh? Yes? Okay, so what do you know about it? Opportunity cost.
Is that when you have to give something up to
Good, yes.
have something?
That's the essence of the definition. Okay. The others? Okay, so opportunity, I'm going to give you the formal definition, then we're going to talk about it. We're going to spend a lot of time on this concept because this is the most fundamental concept in economics. I can tell you, some people, at the end of semester, after a whole semester class, they still do not have a thorough understanding of what is opportunity cost. So the definition you may think is very simple, but when you apply, it is not that easy. So that we're going to spend quite a bit of time and practice understanding of this concept. Okay, opportunity cost is the best alternative that you must forgo to get what you want or do what you need to do. Okay, opportunity cost is the best alternative that you must forgo to get what you want or do what you need to do. Okay, so to have a better understanding of this, let's use example. Okay, so the question I'm going to ask you here is, what is your opportunity cost of attending this class right now? Okay, attending this season 2020, okay, at this time. That's the question. But to lead you to the answer of this question, I'm going to ask you, okay, what you might do if you don't come to this class at this exact time? What do you need to do?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Have another class?
Okay, taking another class. Okay. Okay, what else? She said nothing. We cannot ignore that answer because that's also an option, right? And so when you do nothing, you're kind of relaxing. Okay, so that's just say relax. Okay. I'll take a break. What else?
Work.
Work, making money. Uh-huh. And what else? What else?
You could take out a different time instead of.
So this time from 1:25 to 2:25, if you're not here, what you might do?
Sleep.
Eat. Some people may have a late lunch. What else?
Sleep.
Sleep. Okay, I was waiting for this answer. Okay, so let's just say, okay, if you don't come to this class at this particular time and you have those 5 options. Okay, let's assume you have these 5 options if you're not here and right now. Okay? And I'm gonna ask you, what's your name?
Brianna.
Brianna. Okay. What would you choose among these 5 options if you're not here right now?
To be honest, sleep.
To be sleep?
Uh-huh.
Sleep. Okay, Brianna is going to choose to sleep if she's not here. Okay? What's your name?
Josh,
Josh? Okay. What would you do, Josh?
probably
Eat? Okay. So Josh is going to eat if he's not here. Okay? What about you? What's your name?
Dante.
Dante?
I'll
Okay.
probably sleep.
You're probably going to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay? So, and Josh and Dante are going to choose to sleep, and Brianna is going to choose to
Sleep.
Sleep.
I would
Say
sleep. I'm
those
eating.
two are gonna do
I'm
You-
gonna eat.
you eat, he sleep, and you choose to
sleep.
sleep. I have short memory loss. Okay, okay. So for both Dante and Brianna, their best alternative is sleeping. So it's sleeping is what you give up in order to be here. So sleeping is your opportunity, both of you's opportunity cost of being in this class at this particular time. Okay, probably for Josh, his best alternative is to eat. Okay, so eating is his opportunity cost of being in this class at this particular time. Because that's what he has given up in order to be here, in order to do this activity. Okay, so for the same question, and it may vary from one individual to another because different individual had different best alternative. But for all of them, and that's what they have to give up. Okay? So now, and let's practice this by answering another question. So this will give you an idea what is opportunity cost. Now I'm gonna ask you, what is your opportunity cost of choosing to be in college at this point of your life? I want you to take a few seconds to think about this question. What is your opportunity cost of being in college at this point of your life? And think about the definition we just talked about. And think about this question and really dig deeper because this is not a really simple question. What is your opportunity cost of being in college at this point of your life? Which means what you have given up in order to be here for 4 years. Josh?
Time.
Time. The time that's spent in the college for 4 years, you could spend this time doing what?
Working.
Working, making money, right?
Yeah.
Or could be spending time with family and friends if they're far away, right? You have given up that, right? What else? Those questions are good. Those decisions are very important decisions in life. So you go for every big decisions. From now on, you have to think about what is the opportunity cost for this decision. What I have given up in order to make this decision, do this thing.
My childhood, really. Like, we're no longer children, we're considered adults now. And
But
we stress a lot more because we stressed as adults now, rather than just being.
Okay, so if you're not here in the college, so you could still be a child?
Well, no. I guess
No,
not,
right?
no.
Okay, so you
No.
see,
Well, I guess it would be stress. It would give up like stress. Having,
so
not
so
having
you're saying
stress.
if you're not here, you'll be less stressed.
Yes.
Okay, that is a potential opportunity cost. Yes. Okay. What else? Everybody. Okay. I want you thinking. Okay, this class again is thinking. It's not memorizing. You don't have to remember this definition, but if you understand the meaning of this, then that's excellent. I don't need you to remember the definition, but I need you to understand the concept. Okay. So what is your opportunity cost of being here in the college at this point of your lives? What you have given up. There's many things you have given up in order to be here.
Money. You giving up money?
Go ahead.
Giving up money?
Give out what money? When you answer the question, trying to be specific and trying to complete the whole sentence, because this help you think critically and help you write in the future. Okay? So complete the sentence.
Like you might not have been able to get scholarships or grants and stuff, so you like might have to pay for college now.
So if you're not here in the college, you might get grant.
No, I'm saying because you're at college, you're paying like you might have been paying for school instead of
So
getting
you
scholarships and loans and stuff.
okay, think about the opportunity. Opportunity cost is what you have to give up in order to be here.
Yeah, someone might have to give up money to go to college.
Okay,
Like
so
paying-
the tuition, the expense of
Yeah.
you spending in college,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so that is opportunity cost. Yes, the money you spend here, textbook buying, right? Okay, the meals and accommodation and the driving, and then all this money spent in the college. That's what you have given up. But I want to ask you through the question here. Okay, so just now we briefly touched on the food. You have to eat, right? Okay. So the food, the money you spend on food by eating here, would that be considered as opportunity cost of staying in college?
That depends on the type of person you are.
That's good answer. Explain to us.
Because me being at home, I don't have a lot of family at home, so I eat out a lot.
Okay.
But if my mom was there, she cooks all the time, so I wouldn't eat out as much.
Okay.
But when I'm here, I eat out a lot because
That's right.
I have a meal plan.
That's right. So, if she had to eat out, even she's not here anyway, then eating out, the expense of eating out would not be opportunity cost because you have to spend it anyway, right? Is everybody getting this? But if she does not have to eat out, when she's home, because her mom can cook for her, then eating out here and would be opportunity cost. Because then you have to give out money right now. But when you're not in the college, you don't have to spend that much money, right? Okay. So any other answers? Today, by the end of today, I want to hear everyone's voice. Okay, I have other questions.
Give up friendships back home.
You give up the time you can spend with your friends, right? Okay, very good. Others?
Spending time with my sisters.
With your what?
With my sisters.
With your family members, right?
Yeah.
You would not be able to spend. Okay, good. Now I'm going to reverse the question. Okay, so again, it helps you to think really. Reverse the question. What is your opportunity cost of quitting the college in the middle of this 4 years certain point? Because from my experience, there's always some people that in the middle of the college they decide to quit for some reason. Okay, if that decision ever cross your mind, I want you to think about what is your opportunity cost of that decision. So that is the question right now. Question exactly reversed. Okay, just now I asked you what is the opportunity cost of being here in the college. Now I'm asking you what is the opportunity cost of quitting the college during this 4-year period.
Well, if you were to leave and quit school, then you give up furthering your education. Like, for instance, if you have to go home
So
for
what you have given up is
a chance to further your education.
a chance of further education. Good.
You give up a chance to getting a higher paying job.
Good. You give up chance of getting a better paid job or getting better
Time. Like you wasted time, not wasted time, but you could have graduated in a certain amount of time, but now it's gonna take a lot longer for you to come back and just continue.
So you're saying if you quit college and if you decide to come back, right? And then what you have given up a period of time, right? Okay, so try to complete the sentence. The reason I want you to do this is help you think critically and precisely. Okay, in the future when you're in the job, okay, when you give a presentation, you're not going to throw the words, you're going to complete the sentence and show your professionalism. Okay, try to.
Give up the chance to network and to build business relationships.
That's right. Okay, so you give up the opportunity to knowing some people who may be your potential partner, work partner or lifetime partner, right? Okay, you give up the opportunity. Okay. Yes.
If you quit, you basically just wasted all the money that you spent on your education so far.
Okay, so that is, I was just thinking, I want someone to ask that. Okay, you did great. So let's analyze what he said and think about whether that is opportunity cost. Okay, so what he said is the expense you already spent in the college, right? Is that opportunity cost of quitting the college?
I would say no, because you've already spent it, you've already given it up.
That's right. That is money that you can consider as a waste, but is that opportunity cost? It's not. Because even though you don't quit the college, stay in the college, that money cannot be recovered. Did everybody hear that? Okay, so that money has gone. Okay, no matter you stay or quit, that's not going to change anything about that part of money. So that is not something you're going to give up by quitting the college. Think about that. Did everybody understand that part?
Because you already have that knowledge, you're not going to lose the knowledge just because you lost the money, right?
Yeah, but that's not what she was saying. She was saying the money, the expense has already occurred. And it's not going to change whether you decide to quit or not quit.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yes. Okay, so if you quit, the money has spent. If you don't quit, stay in the college, that money also has been spent. So it's not something you have to give up when you quit college. Okay? But it is a waste of money. But it is just not opportunity cost of you quitting college in the middle of the 4 years. That is a very good question, and we got a good answer. Did everybody hear that? Understand that part, why that part is not considered opportunity cost? So basically, if it is opportunity cost of decision, and that decision must have impact on that cost. If that decision has no impact on that cost, then that is not opportunity cost. Okay, so the money you have spent in the college, whether you're quitting or not quitting, that decision has no impact on that money because that's already occurred. Right? Okay. Others? Okay, so I'm going to give you some other examples from the end of the book, okay, to further discuss this concept. Okay, so those should be much simpler than the question I asked you. A worker earning an hourly wage of $8.50 decides to cut back to part-time to attend a community college. This is a decision, right? It's a decision. If there's a decision, then there's opportunity cost. that will arise from that decision. So what is the opportunity cost of this decision? A worker earning an hourly wage of $8.50 decide to cut back to part-time to attend a community college.
She's cutting her money in half because she went from
She's
full-time
gonna
to
lose the
part-time.
money, right? She's gonna lose the money to go to community college. Be imaginative, okay? What are the opportunity cost?
She's gonna lose more time because she's gonna be at school and working.
He's going to, he has to
Well, she's
spend,
gonna lose free time.
he's going to, yes. So he's going to have less free time, right? Okay. What else? This is kind of related to what we just talked about, the decision of coming to college, right? Okay. Sue decides to drive to Los Angeles from San Francisco to visit her son, who attends UCLA. It's a decision. What is the opportunity cost of that decision?
Gas.
Gas, okay. Could just stay there, right? Okay. What else?
Time.
Okay, what time? Okay, remember I said complete the sentence. What time?
I guess if she's working, she's giving up time she could be spent making money.
Okay, good. Okay, if she's been working, she has to take time off. Then she give up that time. She could be working, making the money. Okay.
The money she is gonna spend going there.
To cost of trip, right? Okay, the cost. She has to give up the cost of trip. That's going to cost. Even it's not too long distance, but it's still going to cost some money to do it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. Okay, let's see another. Tom decided to go to a wild fraternity party and stay out whole night before the physics exam.
You're giving up sleep.
He gave up the sleep he could do.
Studying.
Okay, complete the sentence. So he gave up the opportunity to study for the exam and make a better grade, right? Study that. He gave up that. What else?
He's giving up his good grade because he's not studying.
No, that's right. He's giving up his good grade. Okay. And what is related to the good grade?
A degree or passing the course.
Yes, and with a good grade can give you you can provide you a lot of opportunity later on. For example, I just appoint a person as my supplemental instructor. From my ECN 2020 course, I picked the best student to be the supplemental instructor for this course. In the future, and not only you can earn money by doing it, but also by teaching other people to do, because as a supplemental instructor, you have to stand here actually teach, and by teaching other people this concept, you learn much better. Trust me, if you teach this class one time and you don't have to study, you learn everything. To make other people to understand it, you have to know the concept 10 or 20 times better. Okay, so, getting better grade is not just getting better grade. It provides you a lot of opportunity. And also, occasionally, the faculty will pick student to do the research with them. Again, that provides some opportunity to make money and also further your education. Okay, so we have, in Pembroke, we have Pembroke Undergraduate Scholar Council, something like that. So they have a lot of fund for undergraduate scholars. Basically, the faculty has to see the potential in you and they decide to, and partner with you on a research project. And you're going to be paid, and one semester is $1,200. Okay, so again, getting better grade and doing well in the class can lead to a lot of those kind of opportunities. Okay, so when you do not work hard in the class, you not just give up the good grade, you give up a lot of those potential opportunities, and that's your opportunity cost. Okay, so now I want you to start thinking, okay, if I don't study well for this exam, what is my opportunity cost? Okay, so let's look at another one here. Alex's father owns a small grocery store in town. Alex works 40 hours a week in the store but receives no compensation.
Need a new job.
Okay, a funny example. Okay, so what is the opportunity cost?
He's giving up his time
Mm-hmm.
because he's working for free.
Mm-hmm. He could be in school for education, right? Okay.
He could be at an actual paying job.
Yes, and also gaining some real experience maybe lead to a better employment in later on, right? Okay. All right, I think, I think from what I heard from some of the people, and you do have a better understanding of opportunity cost, right? And throughout the semester, we're going to mention and talk about this concept over and over again because it's the fundamental concept and it goes through the whole semester. Okay? So now let's go to the next concept. Marginalism, the word margin, and this is marginalism. Excuse me. Marginalism is a comparison between two concepts, and it's a comparison between marginal cost and marginal benefit. Okay. What's the meaning of marginal here? What is the meaning of the marginal? Economists love the word marginal. We're going to use this word over and over again. So what is the meaning of marginal here? What is the meaning of marginal cost? What is the meaning of marginal benefit? If you come up with this explanation, then you will remember what the meaning of marginal here. I would just want you to guess. What would you guess?
It's relative.
Who said? Relative. Okay, it's close. Mm-hmm. Other guesses?
Well, I don't know, I guess I'm just going off cost and benefit here, so how much you pay for it or how much you made off of it. Or like, kind of like when you have opportunity cost, how much you gave up, and then depending on how big of a benefit, so how much you gained from giving up what you gave up.
That will belong to the opportunity cost. Okay, now let me tell you guys what is marginal here. Additional. The meaning of marginal in economics means additional. Okay. I'm teaching one section. I'm using example. I'm teaching one section of this course this semester, just one section. I want to ask you, what would be my marginal cost of teaching another section of this class? So in another word, what is my additional cost of teaching another section of this class?
Your additional cost would you would have to grade more papers and spend extra time on
Answering the
student
emails
and emails and
and the
homework grading.
Great. So the additional time I spend on grading, answering questions, office hours, if I have to spend more, and those are the additional time that I have to spend in order to teach another section class, and also the time I stand in the classroom, right? Okay. How about the time I spend in preparing for this class? Would that be marginal cost?
No.
Somebody say yes, somebody say no. He said no. Explain to us why is no.
Because you're teaching the same class, and
I got to prepare anyway,
so yeah.
right? I have to prepare anyway. Either I teach one section or two sections, I have to prepare anyway. So teaching another section, that would not be the additional cost, because that cost, has to occur no matter I teach the second section or not. So the time I spend preparing the course is not a marginal cost. But it would be the opportunity cost of teaching the whole class, teaching this class. So that's the concept of marginal cost, is the cost that arise additionally due to that decision. Okay? All right, so marginal benefit would be the additional benefit. Now let me give you a very simple but very illustrative example, please. Okay. One day I'm very, very hungry, okay? So I decide to go to Burger King to get some burger, okay? Very hungry, has a lot of desire to eat too. So I go there, I got the first burger. I eat the first burger. I got a lot of satisfaction because I was very hungry. Okay? So what is the marginal cost of that first burger? Let's say the burger costs $1.50 each. It's not a tricky question. What is the marginal cost of the first burger? The money I spent, $1.50, right?
Okay, yes.
Right?
Yes.
That's the cost to me to buy that burger. Okay, what is the marginal benefit? Is the satisfaction I gain from eating this first burger, right? Okay, you see, there is, in that decision, in that activity, there is a marginal cost and there is a marginal benefit. Okay, but after I finish the first burger, I still have quite a bit of room in my stomach. So about the second burger. Okay, after I eat the second burger, I was almost full. Almost full. What is the marginal cost of the second burger?
The money you spent on
How much is it?
it, an extra $1.50.
Extra $1.50. It's the same from the first one? It's the same as the first one? It's the same. How about the marginal benefit from consuming the second burger?
More satisfied?
Is it going to be more or less than the satisfaction I gained from the first burger?
Less.
It's going to be less, right? Because I was extremely hungry before I eat the first one. But after I eat the first one, I was less hungry. So the second burger gives me less satisfaction than the first one. So the second burger's marginal benefit to me is smaller than the marginal benefit the first burger gives to me. However, the marginal cost remains the same, right? Good. But after I finish the second burger, I still have a little bit of room left. I was just, and a little bit greedy on that day, so I decided to buy the third one. Okay. So I bought the third one. And after I eat the third one, this time I'm really full. Actually, I feel it's a little bit too much. What about marginal cost? Is it still the same? How about marginal benefit?
It's not the same.
It's going to be smaller or larger than the previous two? Smaller. The story then I stop. If I don't stop, I'll be very, very irrational, right? So I stopped. Okay. Actually, I wish I stopped at the 2.5 burger, but I did not. Okay, I eat the second. Okay. What this story tells you, it tells you a lot of the economic concept there. The first one tells you what is marginal cost and what is the marginal benefit. The second thing tells you the change of marginal benefit. What is the change of that marginal benefit? It becomes smaller and smaller and smaller, right? And we have law. That law describes what happened to me and when I consume each different burger. It's called the law of diminishing marginal utility. The law of diminishing marginal utility. The law of decreasing marginal utility. So later on, when I'm going to tell you, we use the term utility to represent the satisfaction we gain from consumption. Okay, so what this law tells you, no matter, what things you consume, what things you buy, it can be anything. The general law is as you own more and more, as you consume more and more, the additional satisfaction, the marginal satisfaction of each additional unit becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. No matter what you consume and what you decide on, the more you have, the less satisfaction that each additional unit will provide you. What does this law imply or indicate, or the insight you gain from this law? There's no right or wrong answer for this question, but I just want you to think.
That more isn't always better.
No, exactly. Do not be greedy. Because the more something we all think, oh, if I have a lot of this, I'm going to be so happy. No, it's not true. As you have more and more, the additional satisfaction that going to give you, it becomes smaller and smaller. It's going to decreasing for sure. The very first unit you have is you're going to get great satisfaction, but for each additional one, it's going to become less and less. So, however, what about the cost? Marginal cost of each additional unit, does it change?
Not if it depends, no?
No. It does not change if the market price remain the same, like the burger. It's $1.50. It's not going to change if you buy 5 or 6, right? The iPhone doesn't matter how many you have, it's going to cost the same. Okay, how many apps, it doesn't matter, right? So the star tells you, for a lot of goods, a lot of consumption activity, the unit cost, the marginal cost remain the same, but while the marginal benefit becomes smaller and smaller as you own more and more. Okay, so when did I stop eating the burger, buying the burger? When did I stop? Yes, I stopped after 3. But from the economic concept, why did I stop there?
Because your marginal benefit decreased.
Yes, decreased to the
Less
point.
satisfied. You became unsatisfied at all.
My marginal benefit decreased to the point actually is lower than the marginal cost. And that's when I know I have to stop. So this additional unit, the cost actually is higher than the benefit this good that gave to me. And that's what I know that I need to stop. But as long as the marginal benefit of that unit is still higher than the marginal cost, the human beings tend to keep consuming. So as long as this, the satisfaction from that burger still above that the marginal cost of that burger, my intention, my inclination is continue to consume. And to the point that I realize this becomes higher than that, and I'll stop. So that's what a simple story tells you. So what can we conclude here? Where should you reach your optimal decision making? I do have a quiet crowd here, except for the few people in the front row. Maybe I should bring all of you into the front row, so you can talk more.
Linear costs and benefit are the same.
Very good. So what this simple story tells you, the optimal decision making lies in the point where marginal cost exactly equal to the marginal benefit. So that's the most important concept that you're going to learn from this course. Where is the margin, where is the optimal decision making lies? It has to be at the point where the marginal benefit of that decision is exactly equal to the marginal cost of that decision. It's not greater or less, it has to be equal. Why did not stop at the first burger? Because the first burger, marginal benefit is still larger. It's still quite larger than the marginal cost. That's why I did not stop there. I keep consuming. Hi.
Hello.
Good, good. What do you do here?
I can tell you that I'm off Wednesdays.
Huh?
I'm off Wednesdays. I can't do Wednesdays.
You can't.
No.
Okay, okay, okay.
okay.
But just send me an email.
I got you. Alright.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry. Oh, I'm John. I'm the tutor. So if you need help, contact me over Blackboard.
John, this is wrong class.
Oh.
This is
not
not.
managerial
This
economics?
is no. It's not.
Oh,
I was thinking
whoops.
why you're here.
Alright. Apologize.
bye-bye. He's my tutor for managerial economics. He saw this as managerial economics. He just walk in. Okay. But he's a very nice guy. Actually, he has taken this class and he's tutor. If you have any questions, you can ask him as well. Okay. Okay. Let's get back to our concept here. What I was talking?
Optimal decision.
Optimal decision. Okay, so the reason I did not stop at first burger because margin benefit is still greater, right? And the reason I stopped at the third big burger is because at that point margin benefit is already smaller than the marginal cost. Okay, so we want to stop at the point where marginal benefit is exactly equal to the marginal cost, because by that point your net gain is going to be highest. So you have some extra gain from the first burger, you have extra gain from the second burger. If the third burger is, you're still going to have some extra gain, you're going to keep doing. So you're basically maximizing your total gain, total net gains from each unit of consumption. So that's why when you reach the point where the marginal benefit equal to marginal cost, and you're maximizing your total satisfaction. Okay. And this law here, this rule here applies to all decision making. So here we just talk about a simple person's decision on consuming the burger. But actually that law applies to the decision by the firm on what to produce, how many to produce, applies to the industry's decision whether to merge with another firm or not, and applies to the decision by the policymaker whether we should have universal health care or not, applies to all decision making. If we want to have optimal decision making, that has to be satisfied. Marginal benefit of that decision has to be equal to the marginal cost. And this is a fundamental concept and rule in microeconomics. Okay. So today, what I taught you, these two concepts, is so important. Okay. If you forget anything else in this class, it's, even though it's not desirable, but it's probably semi-okay. But if you forget this, if you forget what is opportunity cost, now be extremely upset because that's the two most important concepts in this course: marginalism and opportunity cost. If you truly understand these two concepts, you don't need to be here. But it's going to take you a whole semester to truly understand these two concepts: opportunity cost and marginalism. So marginalism applies to all decision making. And when you finish this class, when you walk out the door, you're going to make a decision. And you're going to make that decision according to this rule, even though you're not realizing it. So in this course, I'm telling you how you make each decision making. To make you feel very aware of each decision, the rationale behind each of your decisions. Any question here? You guys want to talk more? You feel that bored just listening to me all the time? I feel bored talking all the time. I want to hear you talk. Okay, so now I'm going to introduce you another concept, then you got to talk. Okay? Because if you don't talk, you're not thinking. Sunk cost. I want you to understand this concept with marginal cost, because marginal cost is additional cost arising from the decision, but sunk cost is not. Sunk cost is a cost that has occurred at the beginning and it's not going to be affected by your future decisions. Okay, so I'm going to give you a definition for it. Sunk costs are the costs that cannot be avoided regardless of what's done in the future. Some costs are the costs that cannot be avoided regardless of what's done in the future. Let's use the same example I used. I teach in another section, a decision. Okay? What would be the sunk cost for that decision? So what would be the cost that not going to be affected by that decision of teaching another section or not?
What you're teaching, whatever, like if you teach another section of this, the curriculum isn't going to change.
That's right. The time I spend in preparing the course, that's not going to change if I decide to teach a second or third section, right? That is sunk cost, already gone. It cannot be avoided. Okay, so the preparation time for this course, that will be the sunk cost. Okay, and I can use another example. And you're already in the college, right? You decide how many courses you take. Some of you take 5, 6, 7, right? Okay. So what will be the sunk cost every time you decide to take, how many courses you take? What will be the sunk cost?
Money.
Mm-hmm.
What money? Again, what money? Be specific.
Okay, the tuition doesn't change once you're a full-time student.
Well, it depends on the credit hours, right?
Yeah.
Right? The
If you
tuition
take 7
depends.
classes, the money doesn't go up.
Okay, to be on the safe side, let's say your money spent on meals, the money you spend on dorm, those money will not change, right? Whether you take a 7 or 6 or 5 courses, right? So that cost already gone. Okay, cannot be avoided. But if you take one more courses, you're going to pay more. No?
No.
Yes or no? I do not know.
No.
No?
If you're a full-time student, you pay the same if you take 5 classes or if you take 7 classes.
Oh, okay. Okay, I thought it really depends on the, how many classes. No? Okay. Okay. So I learned something new from you. Yeah. When I was in college, it's a totally different system because I was in China. So, okay, good. So what are the costs?
Well, the amount of time that the semester is,
Mhm.
the semester, how long you're gonna be in that semester isn't gonna change no matter how many classes you take. You're still gonna be in school from August to December, and then January you're doing.
That's right, Okay, good. You gonna say something too?
The money spent on books, the specific books for the classes.
But that's going to depend on
You
which
can
home.
return them. And get
Oh,
some
you can
money
return
back.
it? How- Do you get 100% refund? No, okay, so you still have some money, right? You still have to spend a little bit. So I would say the book, you're gonna spend that cannot be sunk cost because it's going to change as you take more and more courses, right? Going to be more and more costly, okay? Okay, so, and so you guys have an idea what is the sunk cost? And what is the marginal cost? This is totally two different concepts, right? Okay, so now, since we still have 10 minutes, I want you to think example. And in the example, it has both the concept marginal cost and sunk cost. Can be anything, be imaginative, can be anything. Everyone, engage. The people who have not talked in this class, you know, I'm going to ask you to tell us what is the example you have thought of. Have you talked? Okay, just wait. I want to hear. Has anyone saw the one? The one of the people who haven't talked? I threw out the example. That is, I heard from a student that I think it's good. Owning a pet. That's what's your example? Owning a pet. There's some cost. There is a marginal cost, right? The longer you own the pet, the more money you have to spend on food, right? And also the shot. Do you have to do the shots every year? Huh? Do you have to do the shots every year for some shots or just one time?
It depends on what shots you get.
Depending on, so for some shot is every year, right? And then those costs of those shots will be marginal cost. But for the shot that you just do it one time, then that will be considered as a sunk cost, right? Okay, and also the money you paid to get a pet, if you have to buy it, that would be sunk cost, right? Mhm. Okay, so now I'm going to pick some people who have if you lower your head, you know I'm going to pick you. So raise your head. You have,
I can't think of anything.
you have nothing. Keep thinking. Okay? Have you talked?
Hmm?
You have talked. But do you want to share example anyway?
I really don't think it makes sense, but
Well, try it out.
the cost of buying shoes, the same pair of shoes, I guess, and how many shoes I have. The cost was the marginal cost, and the marginal benefit was the more shoes I have, the less excitement I had. I don't know.
Okay, so the example I want to have is so you can differentiate between sunk cost and marginal cost. Okay, but I'm going to kind of use example, elaborate on this, so to give you an idea what I'm looking for. Okay, so buying a pair of shoes, let's say you spend $100 on a pair of shoes. Okay, and it's unlikely anybody going to sell the shoes back on eBay, right? So that would be considered as sunk cost. Okay, you know, no matter how long you keep the shoes, right? But let's say these shoes is really, really like high maintenance shoes. It requires a lot of care. Like in China, there is a place that, it particularly care for the shoes. You go, you pay like a membership fee. They will, take care of the leather every month for you. Okay? So let's say, we have, you want to do something with your shoes, every month. Then that will consider as marginal cost, because the longer you own the shoes, the more of those marginal costs will occur to you, right? But some cost will be the price of the shoes. So for any example, you can probably elaborate and make it into a star that accommodate,
That's like if you buy a car, that's the marginal cost. I mean the sunk cost, cause like you buy it, but then like doing the maintenance on it and stuff, that's the marginal cost.
What would be sunk cost?
Like when you buy the car, like all at once
The
you
price?
buy it, 'cause
The
yeah.
price?
Mhm.
Okay, so what other people think? Would the price be the sunk cost? Sunk cost is a cost that has occurred, cannot be avoided in any way in the future. The car is different from shoes because there's used car market. You can sell the car back. So part of the cost, part of the price can be recovered. So then the whole price cannot be considered sunk cost. You see? Yeah. But if let's say you cannot, this car cannot be resold, then that would be okay. But marginal cost would be the maintenance. The cost of maintenance, that would be marginal cost. So, thank you. Yeah.
I was thinking about renting a home and then
Renting home?
yeah,
Okay, keep talking.
and then after renting for so long, owning the home.
Rent to own.
Yeah.
Okay, explain to us what is the sunk cost, what is the marginal cost there? Basically, rent to own, you don't have to pay anything upfront, right? You just pay rent every month. And actually that rent can be recovered because you're rent to own, right? So we'll turn it into equity. So the rent there is neither sunk cost nor marginal cost because you accumulating equity, right? By paying the rent.
But if it was just rent, you wouldn't be able to get that money back. That would be just the money you spent staying
That's
there
right.
while you were there.
That's right. So if you're just renting, okay, then the longer you rent, the more rent you're gonna pay. That will be marginal or sunk?
Marginal.
Marginal cost. Because that will relate to your decision how long you're going to rent it. Okay,
Well, if you're in a
marginal.
lease, like say like there's an amount of time you rent and you pay a certain amount every month, like that money you can't get back and you're gonna pay that money every month.
Okay,
Wouldn't
so
it
you
kinda
have
be-
a contract for a year,
Yeah.
right? So you're gonna pay this much no matter what, even you leave the place.
Yeah.
Okay, then in that case, yes, it would be considered as sunk cost because that cost is gone, the money is gone, right? You cannot avoid that charge. Okay, good point. But if let's say we rent by month, then that will be considered as a cost. Good.
Man, wasn't this class supposed to be over almost 10 minutes ago?
Yeah, we talked about in the first class, we extend this class from 1:25 to 2:25, extend 10 minutes for each class because we're gonna miss the several classes in March and February. Okay, so it's from 1:25 to 2:25, okay? When I asked everybody agreed to do it. So it's okay for you?
I don't care. I don't know how my next professor feels about it, though.
What's that?
I don't know how my next professor feels about it, but I don't mind at all. I'm supposed to be in his class in 5 minutes, though.
Okay, so you can leave, So I'll make sure, I leave right at 2:25, okay? Alright, so